Hello, my name's Beth, I'm an avid reader and aspiring author, and today we're doing the mid-year freakout tag. I tried to film this yesterday, but it was so hot in Scotland that I just couldn't. I looked like a sweaty mess. But before we jump into doing the actual tag, I just want a quick catch up. Where have I been? What's been going on? I'm now married. That happened. We just had a small little registry service. It was fine. It's gonna sound bad. It was more a marriage of convenience because of this next thing that's happening. Me and my partner, my husband now, are moving to Cyprus for his job. So that's a big change that's happening. That has consumed my life for the last 3 months or so, because we found out back in March, and everything has just been systems go since there. So yeah, I think that's everything that I've got to catch that's happened big. But yeah, so there's gonna be probably some different content on here in a few months' time, because I'm going to be in different climes. But yeah. So, mid-year freakout tag. I have my laptop here, so if I'm looking down, that's why, because I've got the questions up, and also my story graph, because it's asking me what books I've read, or like best books, and I cannot remember all the books I've read this year. So I'm just going to pull up my stats with all 64 books I've read this year so far. I have beaten my 60 book goal. I read a lot when I'm stressed, apparently, is what I found out. So, the first question of the mid-year freakout tag is, what's the best book I've read so far? I can't hold up any books, unfortunately, because they are all packed to move to Cyprus. So hopefully I might be able to put something here. Depends on how well I can edit things. But what is the best book I've read this year? Issue is, I've read a lot of fantastic books this year. But I'm going to go with one I've read recently, because I've put it up there with one of my all-time favourite books, and that is The Starless Sea. I get why it's got the hype, but I know that it's not a book for everyone, because it flip-flops all over the place and it's really hard to follow at times. But it's a weird, whimsical book kind of thing that I love. Question 2. What is the best sequel I have read so far this year? I haven't read many series so far this year, but I am going to go with Heartstopper Volume 2, because I absolutely adored all of the Heartstopper books. So it's probably that. Because all of the other, I have this thing with series and trilogies. Usually, when it comes to a second book, I usually hate it compared to the first. That's just something I've learned about myself. It's not going to change about me, so I do with it what I can. What is a new release that you haven't read yet but you want to? I'm trying to think of books that released this year that I want. Carrie Soto is back. That book, it releases in a few weeks' time. And I won't be able to get a copy of it for a little while because I'm moving to Cyprus. I did have it on pre-order, and I had to cancel the pre-order because it wouldn't be in time for the time that I left. Also, this is a book I have got out. It's Blade Breaker. I got the Waterstones exclusive edition. I need to read this, but I need to read a synopsis or reread Realmbreaker, but Realmbreaker is packed, so I'm probably just going to find a synopsis online and then read this. This is probably going to be my next read. But at the moment I'm reading Bunny by Mona Arwood on my Kindle, which is a new addition to my life. Oh my goodness, I've got a Kindle now and I love it. I didn't expect to love it as much as I did, but I do. Lots of sidetracks in this video. Are we surprised? Probably not. Next, what is your most anticipated release for the second half of the year? I've just said this last question. Carrie Soto is back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. What was your biggest disappointing book so far? I think it's called I'm gonna have to scroll through some of biggest disappointment. I'm gonna go with As Good as Dead, the last book in the Good Girls Guide to Murder trilogy. I hated it. I thought it was just a cash grab of a book. I could see everything coming. I didn't find it a good conclusion to the story. I don't think what happens in it needed to happen. If you have a different opinion, let me know. The biggest surprising book so far. Biggest surprising book. I don't think I have one. Possibly My Year of Rest and Relaxation. I think it's that one. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did, so it's probably that one. I knew I was going to like it, but I didn't think I was going to absolutely fall in love with it and find it funny in the way I did. I like... We're coming to learn that Beth likes weird books. Are we surprised? Probably not. But yeah, I definitely think that. Also possibly The Starless Sea, because I heard a lot of things on like TikTok and YouTube of people either absolutely loving it or hating it, and I thought I might have fallen into the hate it camp, but I didn't. I fell into the love it, absolutely love it camp, so that's a good thing, I suppose. Who's your new favourite author or debut? Alice Oseman. I hadn't read any Alice Oseman before this year, and now I've read all of their books, and I love them all. A couple fall a little bit short compared to some of the others, but that's just comparing them to other fantastic writing, so there's that. Who is your new fictional crush? I don't think I've got one for books. Fictional crush. Let me see what I've read. Fictional. Yeah, I don't have a fictional crush this year, which is interesting. I don't think I've really read any books with that sort of in mind that I could possibly have a fictional crush. I more pick up fictional crushes from TV and films than books, to be fair. Next, who is your newest favourite character? Nick and Charlie. I have become a massive Alice Oseman and Heartstopper fangirl. I think they are such cute people. It's so wholesome, and it is definitely a new comfort read. What books made you cry? None. I haven't cried at a book this year. Or if I have, I don't remember. Yeah, I'm just scrolling back through all of the ones I've read this year, and I think I have cried at. Have I cried at any of these books? No, I haven't really read any sad books this year. So there's that. What is one book that made you happy? I'm not going to say Heartstopper again. So I'll say Read Between the Lines. It's such a cute romance. Will they, won't they, kind of thing. So I'm going to go with that. I found that really cute. What is the most beautiful book you have bought or received so far this year? Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm going to go with probably this again, Blade Breaker. I love this design with the sword across it. But I think most of the other pretty books I've had I have read, or I bought prior to this year. I read Invisible Life of Addie LaRue this year. That's got a pretty, the hardcover has a pretty cover, maybe that. Oh, we're on to the last question already. What book do you need to read by the end of the year? All of my TBR. I'm going to go with a book that you are currently on, because I'm using the few books I have left out as a tripod, because my tripod is packed, and that is Skyward Flight by Brandon Sanderson and Janci Patterson. It's a standalone novel in the Skyward series by him, his sci-fi YA series. Absolutely loved it, so I want to read that before the end of the year, so that next year when the new book of the main series comes out, I'm up to date on all of the books. But yeah, that is the mid-year freak out tag. That is me having answered the questions. I was gonna say everything I've read this year. That's not everything I've read this year. I have read a lot, and have a lot more to read, because I'm literally going to quickly upload this and then go and sit on my Kindle and try and finish Bunny, because this book has taken me probably the longest so far this year to read. It's a tough read, even though it's short. But yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye!